She killed for love, or did she? The Trunk Murders of Phoenix. Phoenix, Arizona, 1931. The desert city shimmered with heat and secrets. In the days before air conditioning, the sidewalks radiated like griddles, and the city creaked with the slow, uneven rhythm of modern progress. The Great Depression had hit the country hard, but Phoenix, then just a dusty, fast-growing town, was a place for reinvention, a land where people came to disappear, to start over, or to bury something behind them. Winnie Ruth Judd had come for all three. Petite, soft-spoken, and sickly from years of battling tuberculosis, Winnie didn't strike anyone as threatening. A former medical secretary from Indiana, she had moved to Phoenix hoping the dry climate would ease her illness. There, she befriended two glamorous, well-dressed women named Agnes Ann Leroy and Hedvig Sammy Samuelson, who worked as beauty technicians and had reputations for entertaining wealthy men. They were fast friends at first, going out on the town, sharing secrets, even playing piano and singing together at parties. But under the surface, tensions were simmering. The trouble began with a man. Dr. Jack Halloran was a charismatic, prominent Phoenix businessman and a known womanizer, older, charming, and married. All three women had some entanglement with him, but Winnie had fallen hard. Whether Halloran reciprocated her feelings or manipulated her to feed his own ego is still debated. But one thing was clear. Jealousy began to devour her. The official story, according to Winnie's later confession, goes like this. On the night of October 16, 1931, Winnie arrived at the bungalow where Agnes and Sammy lived. An argument broke out, loud and vicious. The women accused her of trying to steal Halloran. Voices rose, threats were shouted, and in a moment of frenzied fear, Winnie pulled a gun. By morning, Agnes and Sammy were dead. But what happened next transformed a crime of passion into one of the most bizarre and horrifying cases in Arizona history. Winnie dismembered one of the bodies, Sammy's. She carefully packed the parts into a steamer trunk, while Agnes's full body was folded into another. In total, she brought 3 pieces of luggage, 2 large trunks and a smaller suitcase with Sammy's remaining remains. She then boarded a train to Los Angeles, where she planned to stay with her brother. Train passengers would later recall the smell. The heat of the Southern Pacific train only amplified it. When railway employees insisted she open the trunks, Winnie fled the station, leaving them behind. Police opened them the next morning and discovered the grisly contents. The press had a field day. The Los Angeles Times called it a slaughterhouse in a suitcase. The story made headlines across the country. Winnie was dubbed the Trunk Murderess, a name she would never escape. But it was what came after her arrest that made the case a true crime legend. Winnie turned herself in a few days later in LA, weak, exhausted, and disoriented. During her interrogation, she dropped a bombshell. Dr. Jack Halloran helped her cover up the crime. She claimed he came to the house that night, saw what she had done, and rather than call the police, helped her pack the bodies and plan her escape. But Halloran, well-connected and respected, denied everything. He admitted to an acquaintance with the women, but insisted he was innocent. No charges were ever brought against him. Winnie, however, was tried for murder. The courtroom was electric with scandal. Women fainted. Reporters filled the pews. Spectators stood in line to get seats. Rather than risk the death penalty, Winnie's lawyers entered a plea of insanity. The court accepted it, and she was committed to the Arizona State Hospital for the insane. And then the story took another twist. Winnie Ruth Judd escaped from the asylum. Not once, not twice, 7 times. In 1963, during her final escape, she vanished for over 6 years. Living under the name Marion Lane, she worked as a housekeeper in Oakland, California. Neighbors described her as sweet and refined. No one suspected she had once dragged 2 bodies across state lines in steamer trunks. In 1971, she was discovered and returned to custody. But the world had changed. Public sympathy had shifted. Many now saw her as a victim of mental illness, of an abusive lover, or of a corrupt justice system that let a powerful man walk free. That same year, she was released on parole. She lived out the rest of her life in peace, dying in 1998 at the age of 93. Even in her final years, she maintained that Dr. Halloran had been involved, and that she had not acted alone. To this day, the truth remains elusive. No one knows for certain whether Winnie acted in self-defense, whether she was manipulated by Halloran, or whether something even darker unfolded in that Phoenix bungalow. But the photographs of her, sad-eyed with a mysterious smile, linger like ghosts from a time when crimes traveled across the country sealed inside a trunk. And somewhere in the desert heat of Phoenix, the legend of the trunk murderess still whispers through the air. Thanks for listening. Please hit the like and share.